Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed global youth leaders, welcome to today's impactful webinar. My name is Wfwpi, a dedicated young professional from Portugal, and I'm honored to be your moderator for this event. It is a pleasure to host you this insightful session brought to you by young professionals team of the Women's Federation for the World Peace International. Today, we will delve into the role of youth within families and societies, exploring how young leaders can drive positive change and enrich their communities. Thank you for joining us as we embark on this important discussion. Now, I would like to take the opportunity to introduce our first panelist, Ms. Kehi Kang. Believing that everyone is born an artist, Ms. Kang creates and implements career education programs that integrate art psychotherapy. Additionally, she is an active painting artist, guided by the slogan, "Find your uniqueness, draw your real dream." She empowers youth to break free from external pressures, shape their careers and futures. Her programs encourage students to explore their emotions, discover their true passions, and visually express their aspirations, and fostering self-directed lives. Art Studio Festina is registered as a career experiences center under the Korean Ministry of Education at Kungil, providing career education and experiences for children. Ms. Kang also offers art therapy counseling in Changwon, where she resides, helping children identify their dreams and thoughtfully consider their future careers. Ms. Kang, you have the word.
Well, thank you for your introduction and introduction. Well, this is Kai Kang, and I will start my presentation. Do you see my presentation? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Today we will explore the significant role the youth play in their families and society. We all know that the healthy and peaceful society or community is made up of the sum of those individuals. Individuals can also grow up in the safety and responsible society and contribute to the society. Considering this relational nature, I would like to talk about how applying art therapy, the perspectives to art education can contribute to health and responsible the families and society. So before sharing the cases, I will briefly tell you about how my journey started. I graduated Goldsmiths, University of London, and then I studied art psychotherapy in the UK. And I am a registered art therapist with the Health and Care Professions Council in the UK. So I'm working as an art therapist, an artist, an educator, and brand owner. These roles have different functions, but they share a common goal: promoting self-love and a creative life. Living creatively means more than seeking beauty. It's about believing in yourself and building a healthy and colorful life. With a deep passion for art and desire to help children, I soon realized that to make a meaningful impact, I needed to integrate education into my work as an art therapist. There is a kind of potentialities of art therapy in the education. Combining art therapy with education provides a holistic approach to the child development. Art therapy is especially helpful for children who find it challenging to express themselves verbally. It creates a non-judgmental space where thoughts are recognized as respected, regardless of right or wrong. Through visual expression, children can enhance their imagination and creativity, articulating emotions that are often difficult to put into words. Engaging in the process allows individuals to gradually lower their defenses and develop their healthier self-perception over time. The reasons why I especially thought that art therapy should be applied to education was because of the various problems encountered in the school. At schools in Korea, I observed the children being hurt by bullying and violence. Additionally, certain students felt overwhelmed by academic pressure and the competitive atmospheres. Moreover, many students faced challenges related to the low self-esteem and sense of aimlessness in their studies. But unfortunately, art therapy and psychology is an area that often lacks the depth of understanding by both parents and the educational community. This gap motivated me to find a way to bridge these essential services. From my experience in the UK, I learned the critical importance of the integrating education and society psychology. In the UK, children's emotional issues are diagnosed by psychiatrists within the National Healthcare Services. Diagnoses are shared with the schools. Students who need ongoing care receive art or drama therapy at school. A special educational needs cooperator observes the students, check their home situation, and ensure they received support, which further highlights the immense value that these programs add into their overall development. So facilitators in the schools were so supportive in the offering therapeutic sessions for children in need. When I came back to Korea, I found a unsettled situation for the art therapy within school-based. So I have developed and offered programs within schools and my studio. The programs are separated within 3 stages based on the student's emotional development. First is we awaken the senses and teach in emotional language through artistic activities. In second stage, we emphasize cognitive stimulation through curating picture books. And the last stage is the core program at the Art Studio Fastnet. The program is for developing teenagers' career exploration and experiential art experience. These initiatives help students explore career path and express their emotions through art, fostering both personal and academic growth. So students reflect into their own thoughts, which aids in recognizing their value system. So here are some pictures of how I did based on these 3 stages. So in the first stages, the children explore different emotions, categorizing them as pleasant or unpleasant, and learn to express them in their own unique ways. So we sometimes use music to alter the mood or evoke emotions. In second stage, children write scenarios to explore and they overcome their inner obstacles. So they use their own storytellings and then they make their own picture books. And third stage, the last stage, the students highlight their interest by using mind maps to illustrate all their ideas in one place. Then we study the common elements within each elements. Then they just study very deeply. Then they just use their creativity and imagination. So they use metaphoric use. Then they paint or draw what they think. And then they just analyze, and then they present how they did or what kind of process they have. To make a lasting impact, I started by creating a space for my work within the community, building trust, strengthen my capabilities, and educating those I work with were key steps in the process. One example was when I was invited as a motivator to a book review event where almost all the participants were parents from multicultural families and backgrounds. The author and the participants talked about how we can improve society for foreign people in Korea, especially children, in order to their fair individual educational opportunities and support for their further growth. And I continuously apply Wfwpi in my work and ensuring that children receiving the benefits of this powerful tool. By integrating it into an educational setting, we can address various problems effectively and support the children's overall development. And Wfwpi is practiced directly in schools, but my goal is for it to become a core part of the education and providing a safe space for emotional exploration. So I need ongoing efforts to integrate Wfwpi into communities and propose essential activities. In educational organizations, I aim to build trust and raise awareness by fostering collaboration and offering diverse experience. So in conclusion, combining Wfwpi and education is the best way to protect children's education and mental health simultaneously. I believe that providing the kind of education to further generation can help form safe and healthy families, as well as a responsible community. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much for sharing your personal journey and valuable insights about the importance of the art therapy in children's development. Our next speaker is Mrs. Dorina Preti. Mrs. Dorina Preti graduated in law from the Faculty of Legal Sciences at the University of Tirana, Albania, in 2010. With extensive experience in civil law, she currently practices as a lawyer in Tirana. Dorina has consistently dedicated herself to the values of reliability, accountability, and professionalism, striving to find the best solutions in the shortest possible time. Recently, she joined a new political party that aims to improve democracy, promote meritocracy, and foster healthy competition among Albania's most talented youth to dismantle the corrupt system that has permitted all aspects of life. She has consistently enjoyed the strong support of her husband in balancing family life, her profession, and her career contributions to society. Together, they built a stable family, and she has made significant contributions to her field. She is a devoted mother of 3 children. I now invite Mrs. Preti to speak.
Dear everyone, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. I feel very emotional while you're reading this information, especially the family part, because whatever I do in life, I can see that family is the most important. Sorry. I'll try to jump to my share screen, because if I start crying, then it might take a bit too long.
It's okay, you can cry.
I want to give my congratulations to Miss or Mrs. Kang. I couldn't get the information if she's Miss or Mrs. Kang. I loved her presentation, and also how she gave all this information in such a short time, and all the partners and cooperations that she's bringing, many factors and actors together, children, parents, and teachers, and therapists, and art. So it's how beautiful to see how art can help our children to improve their emotional intelligence, because I see now the world a few years ago has been speaking about emotional intelligence, but we quickly, very quickly, we jumped to artificial intelligence. So I believe the world didn't rest enough in the emotional intelligence part to settle, and many problems today are caused because of emotional intelligence. So as I see the role of the youth in shaping the future, I would like to set the time so I don't miss it. Okay. The role of youth in shaping the future, I believe it's the world always has been changed, moved, created, and full of passion because of youth. They have been bringing this world into different steps. So actually, not we are bringing the world to these beautiful changes, as well as not so beautiful changes, bad changes too. So this, in my opinion, this starts from the role of youth in the family, because they help updating the family with the age, so the family doesn't remain behind the time, but time and family goes together. They contribute to family responsibilities, and in my opinion, this is a must for parents to involve them. I always try to involve my children. I mean, the eldest one is 10 years old. Others, they can't help much. However, involvement in family tasks, in my opinion, is very important. And they are more attuned to social justice issues. They embrace change, and they try to sometimes transform the culture and tradition. And I believe the world has always faced this issue, preserving the culture or traditions or transforming them. So whenever the world has failed, in my opinion, has failed because the youth, they didn't bring enough balance between preserving enough or transforming enough. So that's a very thin line in the beginning. It's very thin line. When you preserve, you give up a tradition, or you keep it, you develop it, and you pass it through generations. In the beginning, it's not a big difference. It doesn't make a big difference. But through generations, we have been seeing in history that changing norms and changing traditions has led the world to destruction many times. So I believe they are also extension of our dreams, hopes, lineage, language, tradition, etc. And this comes to the society. So all this potential of youth comes to society, and they are catalysts for change, for innovation, to bring progress. if young people, they do not participate in the social, political, or economic activities, or art and culture, how can the world be developed? And as the moderator mentioned, I joined to a political party, which is a new party recently created, and because I believe we are not alone in this world, and we cannot live alone. We cannot be successful alone. We cannot be happy alone. And it's not only to give my children a better world, a better city where we live, a better country. It's also to leave some marks in the world, to do something useful. I believe that human beings, they have this role of bringing a purpose into realization. And I'll try to give here in the picture, that is a video. I'm giving here a speech in Tirana. Tirana is the capital city of Albania. And we are trying to bring not only political changes, governmental changes into our country, but also the society needs to be raised up, you know. Many times we have been suffering, the world, I mean, has been suffering from dictatorship, from leaders that doesn't come down from power. They stay long in power, and we know that when they stay long, they make mistakes, and these mistakes might take even long. And then society pulls back, the youth pulls back and doesn't see any reason to bring change, to bring progress, or even to raise themselves for new initiatives. So it's a 1-minute video. I would like you to just taste a little bit of Albania and of encouragement from a mother of 3 who is also expecting another baby, and it's working as a lawyer, and it's involved in politics. So please enjoy this.
Vendi u dogj qëllimisht nga këta që janë sot në pushtet dhe në opozit. Dia u shëmb qëllimisht duke hapur bibliotekat nga këta që janë sot në pushtet dhe në opozit. Dje e dogjën, sot e djegin. Dijen sot vrasin profesionistët dhe dietarët, duke mos u dhënë atyre hapësirë, duke mos u dhënë atyre rrugë. Dhe si e mbulojnë këtë? Si mbulohet kjo sot? Kjo sot mbulohet duke na thënë që po ndërtojnë rrugë, po ndërtojnë shkolla, po mbjellin pemë, por në fakt ne kemi rrugë që na vrasin, që nuk përmbushin cilësitë ndërkombëtare, kemi shkolla të cilat na drogojnë fëmijët dhe kemi pemë që mungojnë. Ajo që ne kërkojmë të bëjmë është revolucion. Është revolucion, dhe nuk është një revolucion me armë, me molotov për të shkatruar, por është një revolucion i ndërgjegjes. Ne duam që njerëzit të zhvillojnë së pari ndërgjegjen e tyre. Shoqëria duhet të ngrihet në nivelin e ndershmërisë. Vendi u dogj.
Do you hear me back now? Yes. Okay, I continue. So as we see also, not only in Albania, but also in the world, I believe the world is facing now unemployment, low birth rates, divorce, and housing. So these are 4 main challenges for young people who build a family. But are our government, or are our governments concerned into the family? Of course, in every law, we say that the family is highly protected, the children's interest is highly protected from the law and from the government. But actually, from when we see policies, There are certain countries that have different policies that support the family or support the children, but not all the world is oriented to family. Further, actually now what we face is that the trend is to attack the family and to destroy the family, because no tradition is needed, no culture of family is needed anymore. Now we are raising so much the cult of individual. So how these challenges of youth can be addressed? How can this turn into opportunities for young people? Because we cannot expect them to give birth to many children when they are not given time for, let's say, for maternity leave, when they're not given advices how to manage the parenthood, how to deal with a divorce, how to deal with unemployment, how to have a house. What's the government policy and support in housing for new parents? So the world is very difficult for young couples. And I sometimes even joke with my friends. I ask them if they like money, and they say yes. And when I say if they want more money, they still say yes. But if I ask, do you like children? Yes, we do like children, but why do you have only one? Give birth to more children. Oh, no, 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 no. They are like, no, they don't want more children. No children.
Sorry, you
Only
only have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah, I'm at the end. So now what are the opportunities is that we need to support young couples in reskilling and upskilling when they are going to life or after maternity leave. What I support is a higher maternity leave. Like in Albania, we have 1 year, but there are a lot of mothers who doesn't enjoy the whole year even. And there are countries in the world, like even in Europe, like Slovakia or Hungary, Czech Republic, that is giving to mothers or fathers 3 years maternity leave, which helps mother educate the child. And 3 years, first 3 years of life are very important. I also would suggest advisory committees, like when people face difficulties, there should be a policy, a government supporting them, or soft loans to help them have the house. I have here some statistics in the world, but mainly speaking, to not read them all, the percentages of marriage that end in divorce is 41%. So in every country, the divorce rates are raising up. And if a few years ago we would say that the main reasons were economic, now we do not say that anymore. The main reasons is lack of commitment. So something we are not learning well in the family. Infidelity, incompatible differences from the couple, marrying too young, financial hardship, abusing with different substances, or domestic violence. If before what I consider as a problem, since I'm speaking to Women Federation, I'd like to mention how women movement started. They started to empower women, to give them the right to speak, the right to express, the right to work or have a career, the right to equal pay. But we have ended now in a radical feminism. And these are also young people involved in this radical feminism. Which advocates for women to do the same thing as men. But we believe that there are things, when you learn the nature, you see that not everything is done by everyone. They also advocate for men and women are the same, or all differences that come from patriarchy. So we have to destroy this patriarchy, and we have to build what? I don't know what we're going to build now if we do not stop certain phenomena that are attacking very strongly the family. And they're covering up all this by expressing that they are protecting the rights and this is human rights. But we are going to the abuse. It looks like we're abusing with human rights. And in my opinion, if we attack the family unit, we will all be attacked, because the society and the governance and all structures will fall down, will crumble down. So it's a very good thing that we speak all around the world, but I suggest women federation, women organizations to first have a proper attitude toward this radical or postmodern feminism, which is being destructive, and then to take even concrete and practical steps to not make it as a trend. It might be a small problem, but to not make it as a trend. So I believe I'm in the end now. So I'd like to thank you for listening. And I'm sorry when I see you all muted, because actually I want to feedback while I'm speaking, but that's difficult in Zoom. I hope to meet you all sometimes in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on fourth baby. Your presentation was very clear, and thank you for exploring the aspects related to the importance of the family and the great role that they play in our lives. You also explored the importance of the youth in the families and the controversial issues of radical feminism. Was everything very enlightening and informative. Thank you so much. We are going to have the Q&A session after the presentations of all panelists. You can send all your questions to the Q&A box. Let's move on to the next speaker, is Mr. Ata Aliaj. Mr. Aliaj is an accomplished online marketer and dedicated community activist. With a focus on youth development, he spearheads initiatives designed to enhance individual growth and address societal challenges. Through engaging extracurricular trainings, Mr. Aliaj equips young people with essential life skills while championing inclusion and acceptance. His work fosters meaningful change and builds a stronger, more connected community. The stage is yours, Mr. Aliaj.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you all. And really, I'm happy today. I'm in front of you to speak something for my experience and my journey with Wfwpi and how we growing with the youth in my community in Jordan. Okay. And really, it's a good chance to say thank you for Women Federation for World Peace in Jordan, and say thank you for Fusaya Orikara. She's here with Women Federation from 1994, and she work a hard work with people, not just for youth, but for also all family. She's working with refugees in Jordan, and she's working with women to give him something for awareness, to support his family. And today I'm with my brother to help me something for translate. Today I want to start for speaking for the youth and how about youth in Jordan. Okay, the youth life in Jordan, and we're speaking about what the okay, I want to speak Arabic, and my brother he will translate. كنت أحكي إيش بتميز الأردنيين وإيش هي التحديات اللي بتواجههم.
So the title is what distinguishes Jordanian youth and what
are the challenges? اوكي كنت بدي احكي عن انه بتميز الاردنيين بانهم اشخاص متعلمين واشخاص قريبين كثير من مجتمعهم وقادرين بانهم يبنوا علاقات جيدة مع افراد المجتمع.
So the thing is, distinguishes Jordanian youth. Most young people in Jordan are educated and connected to the global community. However, the great potential they see in the world and in themselves.
بس المشكلة الموجودة بأنه إحنا كل سنة من المتعلمين بتخرج 100,000 شاب وببلشوا يبحثوا على الوظائف، بس للأسف 32% منهم ما بيلاقوا وظائف، مما بتسبب بأنه من 15 ل 30% نسبة البطالة بالأردن.
So
I'm
the
sorry,
issue is,
but you are not sharing your screen.
really?
I'm not sharing.
ثواني
Just a minute.
مشاركة. اوكي I'm sorry. محمود وين
الفولدر على الديسكتوب انت حطيت له.
اوكي I'm sorry.
Is it good now?
Now I'm sharing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the challenges for youth and what's a good things for youth here in Jordan. And we say about difficulty for now every year 100,000 young people starting looking for work every year, and 32% of young people between the ages of 15 and 30 are unemployed, and it's difficult for youth now here in Jordan. And I think not just in Jordan, it's all the Middle East. Now they see the difficulty to find a job. Okay, but we want talking about social relation. Here are social and family relations are still of great importance in Jordanian society. And in Jordan maintains strong traditions and social values that strengthen family. And we're speaking about social relationship. The family is still considered the basic unit of society. And as a family, members seek support each other and take care of generations. And if we want to speak about a youth with a community, we won't say for social relations, neighbors still have an important role in Jordanian society. Neighbors share different events and occasions together and provide support and assistance in a difficult time. And it's good things here in Jordan. We still have a good relation with neighbors and trying to support each other. And if you ask me about from where this things the youth take these things from where, we will say from family. The beginning of when the youth was young or boy, the families start teaching about how they can help each other, how they can support each other. And when he growing and become a young youth, he start to go from home to community to help them if he can help. Okay, the most important problem, and I won't say the problem. It's a clear now in my community. dissipate in the scarcity of job in Jordan, and their absence for some young people are still searching for them to no avail, without looking to start a project of their own. This is due to their fear that their project will fail. And some young people drift into smoking, drinking alcohol and drugs, and which causes them health problem and psychological and social problem. And يعني if we looking for the youth, if they searching for a job and they didn't found, and I think they didn't have money to starting the project, they will jumping to go to the, yeah, to the drift in the smoking, drinking alcohol and the drugs. And I think they will they will go to be have a health problem or psychology problem. And it's يعني we have a many youth, they start to have something problems, because and the main problem come from they didn't have a job, because that they didn't have a dream. And that's easy to be go to bad things to do, because they have time. Okay, and here
You
some
have
pictures. Yes, Mahmoud. What?
You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay. Here we have some pictures for the activities, and here something in the right, down and right, cleaning the schools, and here the doing activities to uh, to support the youth. Here we have ايش كان ايش يعني مسرحية, a drama. We doing a drama, and we doing something initiative and help the people. And the end, we say about what we working, our role as a volunteer and life skills trainers. The beginning, the first, listening to the problems and challenge of youth. Second, helping them to find real opportunities that will develop their abilities. Three, providing some activities and games to reduce stress and psychology tension. Four, conduct community initiative to solve problems in their community, such as pollutions, and caring of the elderly and orphans. Five, providing electronic or technical training through which he can start his project or find a job opportunity. And thank you for interest in watching. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us. And unfortunately, social problems such as youth problems and drug use cause a huge psychological and societal impact, and more initiatives are needed to combat this problem. Let's move on to the next speaker. Is Miss Prita Bolaki. Ms. Bolaki is a global business strategist and motivational speaker whose expertise and passion have significantly shaped the worlds of finance and personal development. Her extensive background includes serving as a global business strategic advisor, and co-founding a fintech company, illustrating her innovative approach to financial solutions. As the founder of a financial consultancy firm, she acts as an intermediary for business to minimize international tax liabilities and optimize operations. Additionally, as a mindset coach, she empowers financial services to overcome their fears and build resilience in both their personal and professional lives. Believing in the power of support, Frida initiated the Kick-Ass Buddy movement, an organization based on the principle that everyone needs someone in their corner to foster their personal and professional growth. Ms. Wfwpi, the stage is yours.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. Thank you. Thank you. Next slide, please. Today we'll be talking about the power of focus. Next slide. Imagine a world where the energy, creativity, and the determination of youth are connected to pulse real, positive change within our family and our communities. A world where young professionals are not just leaders of tomorrow, but the catalysts of peace and culture today. My name is Frida Wfwpi, and I'm honored to speak to you today about the power of focus, the action of youth that can shape our future for the better. Today, let's dive into the potential within each of us to create a lasting impact. I'm going to start by asking everyone, if you can type in the chat, what was your win today? Or what was your win this week? Anyone can type in the chat, what was one of your win this week? Next slide, please. Okay, I can see no one typing. The reason why I was asking that, next slide. So someone is saying I was consistent with working out. Why is that? Why do I start with asking you the win of today? Was because it is important to focus on the wins and important to focus on important and positive things. Thank you someone for one said overcoming fear. Great. Why is that? Because today you're going to learn how to control your focus. By changing your focus, you will be changing the quality of your life. Next slide. So to manage your emotional state, you have to control and direct the focus of your mind. The way you feel, the way you experience in your body come from what you focus your attention at a given time. At any moment you're deleting most what is going around you. Next slide. Can't see. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
I can't see the presentation. Oh, that's okay. Next slide. So to feel bad, you have to delete everything that's great in your life. What does that mean? To feel bad, you need to not focus on good things. You need to not think about good things in your life. And at the same time, to feel good, you have to delete the things that you can. To feel good, you have to delete the things you could feel bad about. For example, today, you're listening to me. So how you're feeling is important. Maybe you have some issues during the day, but you're focusing on something and making you forgetting what was going bad during the day. So the process of deleting is an important part of how your mind maintains the balance in one's emotional state. Why? If you don't focus, it's going to create confusion in your day-to-day experience. Example, imagine you're having a fantastic day at work. You ace a presentation, you got praised by your boss, you got appreciated by your colleagues, everything is going great. Next slide. Then on your way, you remember, you forget to reply to an important email. You're thinking, on your way back, you are thinking, what can happen? There is one small negative aspect that are dominating your thought, because you're forgetting positive things that have happened earlier. You might be thinking, oh my God, my boss might not appreciate that, or my boss might be angry with me, or they might be thinking I'm irresponsible. So in this scenario, the indirect process of deleting involves pushing aside all the positive aspects of your day and focusing solely on the one thing that didn't go perfectly. It creates momentary imbalance in our emotional state and can lead to unnecessary of stress or disappointment. So the challenge is to maintain a balanced perspective and not to let isolated negative elements overshadow the overall possible experience. Next slide. So you might be thinking, so how do I control my focus? I think it's the next one. Yeah, thank you. When you change either of this, you immediately change how you feel. I want all of you to just close your eyes, if possible. Imagine you have an important presentation coming up. Instead of picturing the audience being critical, being intimidating, visualize them as engaged, smiling, nodding in agreement. Focus on the successful outcome. So how do you feel? Just by closing your eyes and thinking about it. Do you guys agree you feel confident? You feel positive of that presentation? So that is important. And at the same time, I want you to still close your eyes and imagine you are having a challenging conversation. You're having a difficult conversation with someone. You're picturing having a difficult confrontation, and that is increasing your anxiety. You know that you won't have a solution at the end of conversation. So what does that happen to you? So you don't even want to have that conversation. But instead, if you try to envision it as a constructive dialogue, where both parties are expressing their concern and working towards a resolution, do you agree that when going to start that conversation, you'll be going more with a positive mindset? So it's important. Why am I explaining you this? Is because the number one way to control your focus is, what am I picturing? It's very important. And the second way is, how do I picture it? Am I picturing it a vivid and colorful, or am I picturing a dull and faded one? Let's take that example that I've just told you. If at that moment you're doing that presentation, you're feeling, being happy, you feel having a happy feeling in that situation, you're embracing the brightness, the vividness of this mental image, it can intensify a positive emotion associated with the situation, with the memory. And this can make you feel more real, emotionally impactful. But at the same time, if we go to that second example, where we had that challenging conversation and we seeing ourselves in a dimming mental image, where it's reducing our clarity. And when it reduces our clarity, it decreases our emotional intensity. So it's very important how you picture situation, things, your past, your future, your present. It's very important because it has an impact. It has an impact on your event and on your current emotional state. You might be telling me, okay, Prita, I know how to focus. You're telling me what should I picture? How should I picture? But you know, during time where I'm having a bad day, I can't be positive, right? It's difficult to picture that because I'm angry, I'm frustrated. The only ways is to ask yourself questions. Question, determine your thoughts. Next slide, please. How you evaluate things determine what you focus on. Evaluation are nothing but question you ask yourself. Let's say you receive a feedback at work. Most of the time, if anyone working here, you will know when we go for performance appraisal, most of us come out, if it was not a good, we didn't get promotion or we didn't have an increase, most of us come out being sad, being angry, being frustrated. And most of the time, we take that evaluation very negatively. But what if I tell you, instead of framing that into a negative evaluation, what about if you ask yourself, what specific action can I take to address this area and grow professionally? Because by turning the feedback into a constructive question, you shift your focus from dwelling on the perceived shortcoming to finding solutions and opportunities for development. Your state, ultimately your life, are the reason you ask yourself. For example, consider a situation where you're facing a setback, like not getting a job you apply for. Instead of asking yourself a disempowering question like, why does this always happen to me? Reframe it with an empowering question. What can I learn from this experience? How can I use it better to align my career goal? The shift in questioning can lead to a more positive mindset and constructive action. Therefore, the most powerful way to control your focus is through the use of questions. If you're feeling overwhelmed with tasks, ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can do now to make progress? And that question helps you to direct your focus to prioritize, to tackle tasks effectively. This question guides your attention to immediate action that contribute
4 minutes. Sorry.
that contribute to your goal, allowing you to manage your workload more efficiently. So to manage your state via focus, you must control the question you ask yourself. Eliminate limiting endless loop question. We always, I'm sure, we have asked us this question many times. Why can't I ever succeed? What's the use? Why me? Why me? Why me? By asking this question, you won't get a positive answers. So you have to continually ask yourself questions that empower you. Ask questions that uplift you, uplift your spirit and push you to the path of human excellence. What can I learn from this situation? How can I make it stronger? What small step can I take today to make closer to my goal? In what ways can I turn this setback into a comeback? How can I contribute positively to the people around me today? What am I grateful for in my life right now? All these questions will help you to focus more on your goals, on the life you want to have. Next slide. Remember, focus is the key to unlocking your true potential. As Zig Ziglar once said, lack of direction, not lack of time is the problem. we all have 24-hour day. So let's make every moment count for what truly matters. If you want, obviously, to know more, to dwell deeper into the power of focus, I'll be happy to add you in my masterclass, which is happening in September. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this interactive presentation and for showing the importance of directing our focus to the right things. I strongly agree with you that picturing good moments and embracing good emotions is very important for our well-being. Now, let's move to the Q&A session. Thank you, participants, for taking the time to ask your questions. I would like to pick up a few questions for our panelists. Let's start with Ms. Kehi Kang. First question, Are there any practical art therapy techniques at home to support their children's emotional and psychological well-being?
Well, before answering that, I am also a mother who has 3 children, especially for 3 boys. So I just want to introduce what I'm doing usually at home. Well, I usually give them quite a big space, but I just make them limit kind of scales. So they just accept themselves through moving into those big space, but they also have the kind of limit. So they learn through what they do or how they control their kind of a physical emotions or physical way within those kind of space. And I also want to suggest to do like making artwork with the other like brothers or sisters, not just only one. But of course, it's for good for just one kid anyway. But and let them just feel what they feel, and then they just let them choose some kind of art materials and just let them do anyway what they feel, and then just to make them like express how they feel. So at least accept what they are doing or how they express themselves is really important for understand themselves, and then the others also respect their emotion as well.
Thank you so much for your answer. We have one more question for you. Are there any or innovative approaches in art therapy that you believe will shape its future application for youth?
Well, I would like to make kind of establishment for the other artists also can integrating the art therapy and education as well. So at least I just work within education field, but I just believe everybody just can have the creativity and imaginations. So I believe the other fields people also can integrating art therapy, and then they can use art as a strategy to express themselves. Then we can just build our kind of establishment for the youth or even young adults. So we can make more like a sociable and It can make more responsible community as well.
Thank you. Next questions are for Mrs. Dorina Preti. First question, how can involvement in community activities or organizations contribute to the health and unity of a family?
Speaking from my own experience, I have been volunteering since when I was 17 years old. It's already 20 years ago. And I believe we learn through tasks. We learn through doing the things. And we don't learn through theory. It's very good to read, of course, and know different theories of the world, because we will know what to apply. But when you do the things, you learn how the process works, how the world works, how relationships work, how difficult it is to be a good friend for someone, how difficult or how easy it is to succeed. So when you see the world with this approach, in my opinion, if you get to involve with different NGOs, if you volunteer for community projects, if you volunteer, let's say, even in artistic projects, you see that nothing is with the button anymore. Like, it's not like in their PC, tablets, or smartphones. Things, you don't win the game with pressing a button. You see that you have to work on it. And when you see this and you go back to the family, you appreciate what is done in your family, the little or the big success of your parents. So with this, I believe it starts with the action. I love so much the action and the will part of the human being. And we need to encourage so much this coming up of the will, because for example, I can see now children, they want, even at my children, they want to be perfect. They're just 5 or 10, but they want to be perfect and they don't try the second time. So this makes me really worried. Like, I ask them, it's okay, it's wrong, you don't like how you did it now, but try again. It's so difficult to make them try again. We didn't have this, I don't remember. I don't remember at our time. We tried again and again, in silence even, with, with this keeping things sometimes even more than we should, keeping them inside. But now, young people, they're bringing so much out that I'm not sure what is being developed inside with the children. So I feel it's a big challenge as a parent, but with young people, for example, I feel more myself, I feel more related to, like, if you give me young people, I know how to get them involved. With children, seems sometimes difficult, maybe the level of understanding, but if you give me young people, I know where to put them, where to bring them. I know hardships. I'm this type of learner. Sometimes I think I'm old school. Like, I know if you give people things to solve, if you give a hardship, a challenge, then you're teaching them this way.
Thank you
I
for
don't know
your
if I'm clear or if I was maybe too long. Sorry.
was clear. Thank you. Second and last question for you. Do you have any creative ways to spend quality time together as a family?
Sometimes it's in the evening time, after everyone showers. It's this short game time or sharing time or fruits time. But since they love to not sleep, this is the only time where we can successfully bring them together, because we say we will postpone a little bit the sleep in order for us to have this time. So they're ready to do anything just to not sleep. So at this moment, this is the only like beautiful time. As in my opinion, my children might have different times too, but I enjoy this one. This is quiet, they're listening, they're speaking, they're keeping the orders, and they're behaving in this time.
Thank you so much. Next questions are for Mr. Alaj. First question, does social media and digital platforms somehow influence job searching and career development for youth in Jordan and Middle East?
Okay. It's not easy to bring work for the youth, but if we give them the ايش يعني مهارات
skills.
if we give them the skills, we can support them to they search job in social media or in the electronic but and you know it's sometimes we working about to doing like محمود ايش يعني شو اسمه
Using
the proposal
LinkedIn.
we working sometimes for يعني to create a proposal and what they have skills to doing a proposal to send to some organization, some company, some factories in Jordan or in international.
That make it more easy.
Thank you so much.
You're
Next
welcome.
question. Are there gender disparities in youth employment rates? And if so, what measures are being taken to address them?
Okay, maybe if you ask me 10 years ago, I would say it's clear.
I think that there's a problem with your microphone.
Now it's clear.
Yes, it's clear, but we are hearing with some errors.
Unmute. Okay,
No,
now it's okay.
No, yes.
Okay, thank you. I won't say maybe if you ask me 10 years ago, I will say yeah. But now we working about to judge to give the male on and female on, and now يعني we won't say it's not like before يعني like the families now have aware about gender and also my community now they have aware about the gender. It's not like before, but maybe some I won't say not a main not a main cities like a Bedouin. They still have something from a gender. The ladies or the female they cannot work out and they cannot work even some female they can't studying university okay, in the high school, and thank you for it's a difficulty in the south of Jordan or north of Jordan, like a Bedouin, and in the village in my country. But in the main cities, no, they working, they studying, they have a open mind, not like before. And I think because the families now, they need who's working inside this family to support this family, and the people following how they can search for a job to support his family. It's not, and it's not okay, female or male. It's easy to work, not like before.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. Next questions are for Ms. Volaki. First question, are there any tools or techniques you recommend for individuals to measure and track their focus and productivity?
I won't say there's any tools, but what I can say is you have to be able to focus, you have to train yourself. It's not like you have a tool where you can acquire that. But what I'll advise is obviously, as many of you know, meditation is one of them. That is very powerful to keep the focus in the morning. And there are people, I have cold shower every day so that it keep my energy and my focus every morning. So what I'll advise is first is to have gratitude every morning, to have at least gratitude when you wake up. Be what are you grateful for, and when you go to bed, what are you grateful for? This keep your focus as well. But the main thing that I use for my clients is I have to keep my focus. I have a vision board, a goal vision board where I do for 1 year, and I keep looking at it every day so that I know what I need to focus today, what I need to focus for this month, for this year, and what is my aim after 1 year to become a better version of myself. So saying that, I would say, yes, meditation. And if many of us think like meditation is like you need to really focus and you need to calm down, but meditation can just be sitting and not doing anything and just let your thoughts flow and just be yourself, just rest, 5 minute, 10-minute break. So this will be my advice. It's just practice every day of just being with yourself, listening to your inner self. You will see how much of focus, and other things is energy. How do you keep your energy as well? So when you have that energy, when you wake up, you sleep on time, you wake up on time, or you make sure that you have rest. When you're feeling sick, your body's telling you you need rest. You just need to rest. And all this will make your focus much, much better. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Second question, can you share a personal experience or a success story where the power of focus made a significant difference in achieving a goal or overcoming a challenge?
Oh, I have a lot, but I'll share one. When I came to Australia, actually, I was a banker before for more than a decade, for 15 years. And I came here and everyone told me that, you know what, I understand you've been in a very high position in Mauritius, and you know, when you come to Australia, they were preparing me so that I'm not disappointed and I'm not frustrated, because obviously when you come in a new country, you always need to start all over again. And they were telling me that, you know what, Prita, maybe you will start and doing this kind of job like you need. And I told them, I said, I'm going to join the 4 biggest bank when I come here. And they were like, no. I said, that's my focus. So I went and do my research. What should I do? I've compared my qualification, and I just apply. And I got to interview in 2 banks of the biggest bank, and I got a job straight after getting my visa. in one of the biggest banks of Australia. So focus is very important. I have a lot of story I can share, but it's also believing in yourself and just wait and be patient and do the work behind. Do the work behind, take action, talk to people. If you don't know how to do it, you never did it, talk to people who did it. I don't know if I have my mentor. I think Anne is on the call as well. So when I came here, I met her. And if I'm here talking to you today, it's because I took the step. I was new, I met Anne, we have a discussion. I'm on the community board now. And just take action. Other people will be there, and believe in yourself. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Due to the limitation, I would like to close the Q&A session. Apologize if we don't get to your question, but you can always email us after the webinar. So thank you all for joining us today, and a special thanks to our panelists for sharing your inspiring stories. Your experiences have demonstrated the remarkable potential of young people to drive positive change in their families and communities. We eagerly anticipate future opportunities to highlight the stories of even more young professionals making an impact. Before we conclude, I would like to invite you to become a part of the Women's Federation for the World Peace International Young Professionals team. That is a dynamic team dedicated to advancing cultural diplomacy. This involves exchanging ideas, art, language, and other cultural elements to foster deeper mutual understanding. We convene bi-monthly on the third Wednesday at 12 p.m. GMT, with our next meeting scheduled for October 16. For more information, please visit our website or reach out via the email displayed on your screen. We look forward to collaborating with you and exploring new opportunities together. As we draw our webinar to a close, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for joining us today from across the globe. Your participation has been invaluable. Wishing you a wonderful day and a restful night. Until next time.